मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदमायं सदाभीष्टं पदाभ्यं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहनरहितं श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगना रघुनाथां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखां च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवाचार्य गौतम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमो ते पंकजांग्रे हरे कृष्णा वेलकम ऑल द डिवोटीज फॉर नित्यम भागवत सेवा. Today I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Today we will be reciting the first canto, 19th chapter, the appearance of Sukadeva Goswami, sloka number 35. You can all recite along with me. Apimi Bhagavan Pritaha कृष्णाय पाण्डुसुत प्रियाः पैतृ सवैश्या प्रीति अर्तां तत् गोत्रस्य बन्धुवाः अपि मे भगवान् प्रीतः कृष्णा पाण्डुसुता प्रियः पैतृ स्वस्य प्रीति अर्थं तद्गोत्रस्य बन्धुवः अपि मे भगवान् प्रीतः कृष्णाय पाण्डुसुता प्रियः पैतृ स्वस्य प्रीति अर्थं तद्गोत्रस्य बन्धुवः. Word by word meaning. Api. Definitely. me, unto me, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Prita, pleased, Krishna, the Lord, Pandu Sutta, the son of King Pandu, Priyaha, dear, Paitri, in the relations with the father, Swasya, the son of the sister, Priti, satisfaction, Artham, in the matter of the that there, Gotrasya, of the descendant, Ata, accepted, Bandhuha, as a friend. Translation purport by His Grace Says Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is very dear to the sons of King Pandu, has accepted me as one of those relatives just to please his great cousins and brothers. But a pure devotee, a pure and exclusive devotee of the Lord, serves his family interests more extraordinarily than others who are attached to illusory family affairs. Generally, peoples are attached to the family member matters, and whole economic impetus of the human society is moving under the influence of family affection. Such deluded persons have no information that one can render better service to the family by becoming a devotee of the Lord. The Lord gives special protection to the family members and descendants of the devotee, even though such members are themselves non-devotee. Maharaj Parikshit was a great devotee of the Lord, but his father Hiranyakashipu was a great atheist and declared enemy of the Lord. But despite of all this, Hiranyakashipu was awarded the salvation due to his being the father of the Maharaj Prahlad. The Lord is so kind that he gives all the protection to the family members of his devotee, and thus the devotee has no need to bother about his family member, even if one leaves such a family member aside to discharge the devotional service. Maharaj Yudhishthira and his brothers were sons of Kunti, the parental aunts of Lord Krishna, and Maharaj Parikshit admits that the patron of Lord Krishna because of his being the only grandson of the great Pandavas. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tadotayam Udare Nashtapraya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttamaslake Bhakti Bhavatane Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langarate Grim Yatkripa Tamam Vande Sri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Welcome once again for the Nityam Bhagavata Seva. Today's sloka is also very interesting. We will be learning a lot of insight from that. One is that being relatives, when a person is a devotee serving to the Lord, whole of his family will be get salvation. So that we will be getting to know that, and also we will be understanding a little more about the grudge, what it happens, and what people's thinking in their mind, how to behave in that situation, and the service attitude. So some of the points for the devotee carry from this sloka also. So we'll be focusing on that. The background about this sloka is this is what the Parikshit speaking while addressing to Sukadev Goswami. Parikshit is related to close connection with between grandparents Arjuna and other Pandavas. Their connection with Krishna in a family relationship. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna does take birth in this world, but he is unborn. So that we have to understand. He is the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and the Vasudeva's sister is Kunti. Her sons are Pandavas. Hence, there is a family relation between the Krishna and the Pandavas. They are all cousins. Pandavas are the great devotees of Krishna. The pure devotee of Krishna gives these facts. So, more than relation, they are pure devotees of Krishna. Here we just capture about this last chapter. Here the Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 cantos, 355 chapters are there. We are on the first canto and it's about to end. In few slokas left out. The first canto talks about setting the scene for that further process of Sukadeva Goswami, whatever his instructions we have to understand. So here the Sukadeva Goswami story is a brief, how he became qualified enough to speak about Bhagavatam. The first chapter to sixth chapter, it is a narration between the Narada and the Vyasadeva, and fourth and seventh chapter talks about Sukadeva Goswami and how he heard the Bhagavatam, and 7th chapter to 19th chapter, it is story about Parikshit Maharaj, how great he is, how glorious his kingdom, dynasty, and broadcasting all that. His life is threatened and how he was saved. Chapter 7 is how he is deported, and chapter 8 about Kunti Maharani and Parikshit Maharaj's birth challenges. Chapter 9 also the Bhishma Dev departed from this world and his glorious things. And chapter 10 and 11 we studied about Krishna living for Dwarka and happy life. And chapter 13 about Dhritarashtra living the renouncing by the influence of the Vidura, because all his career Vidura was going on advising him, but he didn't take it. But in the end, he finally accepted. So that is the power. And the glories about the Kuru dynasty. Chapter 14 and 15 we studied about the Krishna departure unexpectedly. So it is a sudden departure happens, and beyond Dwarka there is a Krishna's sons were fighting each other, grandsons were fighting each other, and then leaving all that. It's all like disoriented, it's nothing else planned. But Pandava's departure is very systematically planned and they are leaving the world. Chapter 16 and 17 talks more about the Parikshit Maharaj's glorious rule, how he ruled and how he scared the Kali Purusha, where Pandavas, so the Pandavas departure is, Sringi cursing the Parikshit for to die within 7 days. So that Parikshit might have got angry, but he didn't do that. Because these 7 days, why Sringi gave 7 days, it's not immediately, so that Sringi wanted Parikshit to undergo the pressure, worries, helplessness, because it is like a death sentence. If a criminal in the court and judge gives it, tomorrow morning you have been hanged. So that means that 24 hours he is under pressure, he is helpless and painful. So Sringi wanted the Parikshit to suffer for 7 days due to the powerlessness, because he is sure that he can't do anything. So this is what has happened. So he is passing through such a difficult time. So distress the distress is, if you want to define, it is an expectation to the reality. But greater the gap, greater the distress. But here what happened, Parikshit Maharaj best utilized the 7 days. He started hearing the Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada also said that a devotee can be a perplex. Perplex means I don't know how I have to serve Krishna. So I think you don't know anything. That is okay. But what he said that, but devotees should not be discouraged. That means whether I should even worship Krishna. So that confusion should not be there. So you may not be knowing it, that's okay, you can learn, but the confusion should not be there. So this is what the Prabhupada says about that. Life of a saint is very simple. If you see that Sukadeva Goswami's pastimes, it's very short, because they just meditate, that's the end of it. Okay, but the life of the king is very dramatic. So more chapters are covered for glorify the Parikshit Maharaj. And also we'll be talking about adversity and atrocity. So here the adversity means it's all more happening on naturally it's happening. So like when you become old, you cannot walk properly, you cannot eat, you cannot see, so you can't hear. So these are naturally, it is getting deteriorated. The atrocity is more of human man-made disasters. Like people nowadays, they go and build the houses in the lake bed. So what happens, the lakes are filled and wet, when big rain comes, flooded, the whole house is in the water. So this is a difference. One is natural, other is man-made. So with this background, it will be how we can apply and where we have to action on that. Parikshit issue was atrocity. Parikshit issue, because it's a man-made one, difficult, very difficult to bear. Okay, because singing is a Brahmana by kickers, it's a man-made problem. When a bad person did a bad things, it's a bad enough. And that's what we can expect from that. If a bad man, like we are sure about this rogue, he will do mischief only. So like that it is. So, but when a good person did a bad things, then it's difficult to bear. Oh, such a nice person, how it is happened. So everybody start meditating on that. So that's what in an office, example is in an office, there is always a backbiting and your promotion has been cancelled. So you feel very painful to that. Same situation if it happens in the devotee community also, backbiting is happening. Then what happens? It's much more painful because you didn't expect it. Because you want to be harmony and nice environment in the devotee community. But if it is the other way around, it's very much painful because you didn't expect it. So that's how we have to understand it, how it's very important. Parikshit, after seeing all the sages, he started contemplating. He started meditating there. Because why did these sages come? A huge number. There are 6,600. I remember last 2 days back I was giving the numbers of the sages assembled. So many sages from different planetary systems, they came and assembled there. So he was thinking that why did these sages come? They are the devotees of Lord. They were always meditating on the Lord. That is their duty. They are devotees of the Lord. But living all the time and came and assembled here is because Lord accept me as a relative. In this sloka we study, Pandavas and cousin, all the things. So here Parikshit is meditating on that. Why Krishna is so merciful is because I am related to him. Number one. The Lord inspire all the sages so that they come here and they will stay till my departure. So it's the arrangements of the Lord. He is glorifying it, Lord. He is finding reason for the gratefulness. So because of that only, he is finding grateful how great Krishna is. I am benedicted by that. I have come not because they all came not because of I am a great person, but they came because of my grandparents, Arjuna and Pandavas. They are all great devotees and pure devotees of the Lord. Because of them, they came. So he is finding the reason for gratefulness. He seems to be reason for humble gratefulness. So when you search also, it should be very humble. You should be. It's not okay. I'm this. I'm that. No. So we face in our life also we face a lot of health issue, financial problem, even spiritual also disturbance will be there. We are not able to make it. So much of trouble we are having. But what we have to look at is that we have to find the reason for the gratefulness. How Krishna can contribute on that. So Srila Prabhupada also does the same thing. When he went to Western world, he was nothing. He was looking for the gratefulness. He was nothing to be great. He was alone. When he went to US, he was alone only went in a cargo ship. So he was alone. There is no followers for him. There is no institution to support him. No money also. All he has asset is his body only. So that too, he had 2 heart attacks in the ship and directly, if we are in his place, first we will get on and we'll go to the hospital. But he didn't do that because he was under the mercy of the Lord. He was just going on praying to Lord that I came here, I'm in your puppet in your hand. If you want to dance, I will dance. If you want to preach, I can preach. So he's finding a reason for looking for the gratefulness about the Krishna. Sri Prabhupada also, he was centered around the services. He's always, if you see his biography, he's centered around the services. Some other is going on doing service like writing Bhagavatam, preaching, traveling, all kind of building temples. So all services he was doing. So people say that there's no mercy, he struggled so much. No, actually, but Sri Prabhupada was looking for the opportunity for service. My Guru Maharaj wanted me to go and preach, share the bhakti in the West. I couldn't able to do throughout my life. So he's blaming himself that till he's 70 years old, he couldn't do that, travel to, because he got instruction at the age of 22 itself, but he couldn't able to execute it till 70 years. He was thinking of that, meditating. But at least have come to US at this age and got the opportunity for the opportunity to preach. So this is for that. This opportunity is a great. So he is glorifying the Lord's mercy on that. Our devotional disposition, if you are truly understand, so if we clearly understand that it's the hands of Krishna, in our devotion also it is in the hands of Krishna, then our devotion is seen. If you practice bhakti, you will get buddhi to come to Krishna. So if you do properly bhakti, then naturally Krishna gives buddhi to come to Krishna consciousness. Buddhi comes to Krishna means intelligent to be the grateful to Krishna. It is not that buddhi means here we are not talking about preaching or memorizing so many sloka. Intelligent. Buddhi means intelligent. So it is not that I can memorize so much of 700 slokas and that I can preach nicely. Not if those things qualities are there, it's very good. But beyond that, what we are supposed to do that buddhi means gratefulness to Krishna. How great he is. Like one example was that there is a long time back. There's a small story in all Bhakti Ucha class they will tell. There was Narada was traveling. One Brahmana was there, and the Brahmana asked that Narada, please, any of you are traveling, when you meet Vishnu, please ask him when I will go to Vaikuntha. Then he said, okay. Then after that, he will go and meet the cobbler. Then cobbler asked that, please, how is my Lord and what is doing, please come and tell me. So Narada goes and he goes and meet Vishnu, and Vishnu asks him, what do you want? Then he said that I met one Brahmana, he is asking when he can come to Vaikuntha. Then Vishnu replied, no, he cannot come in this life. Next life also. He says, rejected it. Then he says that before even asked that, the cobbler, go and tell the cobbler that he'll come in this very immediate life itself to Vaikuntha. Then Narada Muni, he comes back and he meets both the people. So first he meets the Brahmana, then Brahmana is immediately Brahmana asks him, did you meet Lord? Then he said, what did he tell? Did you ask my question that when I can go to Vaikuntha? He said, yes, I asked the Lord, but Lord says that not in this life, not in next life also. It is not easy for you to go back to God. No, then he said that, no, it's not possible at all. I do worship Lord so much. I perform so many yajnas, everything I am doing it. You can't say like that. Then he said that, okay, you tell me that if that is true, that tell me what is my Lord was doing. Then he said that, no, the Lord was in a needle, eye of a needle, he was pushing the elephant The whole elephant went, but tail got stuck. Then Brahmana will laugh. No, 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 no. That means you didn't see the Lord itself. You are cooking the story. Then he went back. Then Narada goes and meet the cobbler, and cobbler he's asking, "Did you meet my Lord? What was he doing?" He said that yes, I saw my Lord. He was eye of a needle. He was pushing the elephant. A whole elephant went, and this thing, tail got stuck. He said that, "Oh, great! How great the Lord is! He can do anything." Then Narada will ask him, "How do you believe that? Is it not book of story?" Then he said, "No, it's not possible because I have faith in Lord. That the banyan tree, the small seed, he kept that small seed gave such a big tree, so he can push an elephant inside the eye of the needle. I have faith." Then Narada said, "Yes, that's how you are able to go. The Lord told that in this very life itself you will come back to Vaikuntha." So this is what the Krishna gives. When you do bhakti, Krishna gives the intelligence. Okay, so that intelligence should be for the greatness. We have to find the greatness about the Krishna. So that cobbler is the example for us. So we have to behave like a cobbler. Parishit is doing the exactly thing. He glorified the Krishna for all the things were happening in his life. So this is how we have to glorify it. When we face difficulty in our life, there are two ways to go. One is adversity and atrocity. So in the adversity, we understood that it is also having two types. One is guilty, another one is grudge. Guilty means self-blaming, blame ourselves. Okay, something happened. Usually, Mataji, when they cook, no, if something goes wrong, then she blame herself. No, 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 I only put a lot of salt today. So, something shall not come properly, she said, okay, it is all my fault only. She never blames. So, this is the character. So, it is a guilty. And the other one is grudge. Grudge means blaming others. Usually, children know, they will say that, why you are crying? No, no, that person is hit me. But whereas the fight might have happened with some other reason. So people carry the grudges for years together and blaming each other. So this blaming and guilty and all, no, it is not good. It is an unhealthy environment. So we should forgive and forget it. Parishit could have blamed Singri and Samikrishi. Then it is called as a irresponsible patterning. Okay. He could have got angry also. The reason is he was dealt with unfairly. So all the things, but he didn't do all the things. So his mature thing is, how is it possible he could think maturely? It's very important when we to look at the circumstantial, and also when you look at the beyond circumstantial, that sometimes the distress happens in our life. So we have to see that what is happening and what is beyond that also we should visualize it. When we can place it in a different circumstances. Example, when I am feeling cold, okay, when we are feeling cold, then there's one situation is, okay, finding a solution, okay, this could be of weather, it could be of I'm not feeling well, so many reasons could be. But somebody is telling you that, okay, I'm feeling cold, then you can give some blanket or help him to give some medicine if he is suffering from. Instead of that, this is all beyond which is supposed to do, but we should not tell them that, okay, material world is full of distress. In that situation, when somebody is in distress, we start talking about philosophy. So that it doesn't give any solution to that. So if someone does bad to us, okay, unless they have a track record of repeated mistakes, so it's best to forgive them. So this is a message for devotees. So we should not go on building grudge or guilty. All the things we should forgo that. Similarly, a hurtful act is happened. Somebody hurted you badly, done by somebody. There could be various reasons that hurt can happen. One is ignorance. Um, Ignorance means uh, they don't know that by their action it will hurt you. So an example is, suppose invitations, you are arrange a big function in your house and you invited so many of relatives. But by oversight, some person you might have missed out. Okay, then it can happen. Is that okay? They may not, he's busy, he's in night duty, he may not join or he must be sleeping. So just ignore it. So this is one kind of thing. But that ignorance might have hurted you. See, the whole world invited. It happens in relatives. Everybody invited, they didn't call me. So this is an example of that. Another example is, you can say that is incompetency. Incompetency happens is too many things. It's like an example of a big function in your house. There is too many things to be organized. Okay, and there is chances that you may not have the capacity to handle, because in your house you are the one person. So you may not have had the capacity to handle it. Nowadays, that's why all these event management people come. Any wedding, they will only organize everything, because they know that our incapability of that. So this is what has happened. So by not inviting, what happened, that creates a frustration. It hurts them not properly. Like example is you post the food. Okay, that food, the doctor had, you invited a relative to your house and he's a diabetic person, and you made all sweet items. Okay, because you don't know he is having diabetes. Okay, so this also, it may hurt for them. Okay, they invited, they may think that okay, you are aware and not that proper, but it is your inability to understand that what the nature, what they eat and all. So this is an example of that. Another example we can, other situation is malevolence. Malevolence means wanted to do bad. There are some people that grudges. Okay, in my layout there is one old man was there. Okay, his tendency, his neighbor is built a house. So the neighbor is staying in different place. The house, he put a toilet board. So what this old man is that, whenever some potential person comes looking for a house, he will propagate bad things. Oh no, that house is not good. So many problems is there. All negative things. And the neighbor were not getting customer itself. And later they came to know that this culprit is this person, because someone they called the person and said that your neighbor is saying your house is not good, so much of problem. Okay, so this is desperately malevolence is voluntarily doing it. In Mahabharata also, no, Duryodhana, what he does, he built a wax palace, and he will send the Pandavas with Kunti, so that he can put fire and kill them. It is malevolent, kind of knowingly doing a mischief. If someone is hurt us, we jump onto one of these explanations. So there are three situations. One is ignorance, another is incompetency, third one is malevolence. So any one reason we will try to figure it, okay, this is the reason only he's hurting us. So example is, if you like a person and you invited a person for feast in your house and he ate too much. If you like that person, then it says, oh, you must be hungry. Okay. And if you don't like the person, okay, then what happened? The same situation, you say that, see how he's eating. It is all in our mind. Okay. it happens in our mind. Distress comes due to some adversity. I was telling, generally, when you get pinched, somebody make mistakes, okay, deliberately. So it is easy to jump into malevolence. Okay, that is the person purposely he did and all. In general, people are too busy. Actually, if you see the situation is, they may be too busy on their own uh, life of mission to hurt. No, that's not it. They are in their own world. The problem is we think we are very important. Like situation is why he didn't invited me for his function. I'm such an important person. In relatives, it's all naturally it happens. So everybody has their own movie of going on in their mind. So they want to do this, that, and all. They'll be in their own world. In their mental movie, they are the heroes, and everyone else is extra. It generally happens when you are hosting a program. You think you are very you know everything. You like heroism will be there, but you think that all other guests, okay, if I don't invite, also nothing will happen. You think they are all extras. So it happens in our life also. There was one function was organized in our daughter's and son-in-law's house. And small way they want plan. So over the discussion, they are so hectic pressure. So invitation list is cut shorted because of the time constraint, and many people will miss out. And later they realize people call that why you didn't invite that for the function. So it happens. So the host think that they have want to do because they are in their own world. So this is how it hurts. So we have to understand that situation, what can happen. Even we can jump into the malevolence, we mostly extra in their mental view. So we think it, we will put ourselves and thinking him, okay, he's purposely ignored me. So which is going to in their mind, and unlikely they specifically started to hurt us. So there are most of the chance that they didn't specifically to hurt us. With oversight, they missed out the invitation. So Parikshit could have held the grudge if he thought that okay, the father and son both are deliberately they cursed me and all the things that happened. He could have thought it. Okay, but in that time we have. So if it is a purposely malevolent, then it is punishable. Even another example is Pandavas were outcasted by the Duryodanas, and they didn't given the land for ruling, and also they are not ready to compromise when the peace mission for the Krishna when he went. So many things. It is deliberately Duryodhana was doing. So in that case, the war is the only solution. That's how Kurukshetra war is happened. In general, for our own emotional health, to jump to the least negative conclusion. So what the devotee is supposed to do is, for our spiritual peace, okay, we should not take small thing and put it in the, spoil our mood. So just ignore it and go on with it. So BG, Bhagavad Gita also there's a character of godly character is being spelled out. So it is explained that we should ignore that. The worst conclusion motive about the other person. So all the small things and all, we should ignore it so that our spiritual life will be sail smoothly. So by building that unwanted things in our head, what happens? Our devotion is getting spoiled. The conclusion of this sloka is that Srila Prabhupada explains the significance of the statement by Parishit Maharaj. What Parishit Maharaj says is, the pure devotees are not under the illusion. So they are not, Pandavas are not in illusion. Whereas the common people know they are in illusion that based on bodily conception. Okay, I am this body and my bodily connection with my wife, my children, my relatives, aunts, uncles, all the things, no, bodily center, we are a center and we started building all the relationships. But Pandavas knows that Krishna is the relative. Okay, apart from the relationship, they are the pure devotee of the Lord. Okay, the devotee think that if I am become the devotee of the Krishna, then I have to cut off my relationship with the family members. So many people know, you might have come across, that's what the neophyte devotees having. Oh, I am the Krishna's devotee. I ignore my parents, I ignore my relatives, I will not invite. It happens, even in our life also we pass through the life. Uh, there was a, we think we are the Krishna devotees, no, nobody required, we won't respect them also. Have nothing to do with them. So this type of mentality should not be there. That we should understand it is not the correct one. So we should respect that because the Lord gives special protection to the devotee and their family members. So Lord is not separating it, okay, because you become a devotee, your relatives not good. No. He is protecting you and your relatives also. Even though family members are not devotees, that we have to consider. Whenever we make, and majority of people make mistake is, they once their boy become a devotee, then he think my parents are not devotees, so ignoring them. No, that is not that. We should consider that. In the member of Pandavas, all the members are in their families are devotees only. But if you see that story of Prahlad Maharaj, he is the only person devotee, and rest are like his father, own father is a non-devotee. But when the Lord is so merciful, he is given salvation to Hiranyakashipu also. So that means one devotee is sufficient to elevate 14 of his family people, the dynasty, in the lineage. 14 of his lineage can be elevated. And also we think that one dedicated to the service of the mission of the Lord, then they may have to give up the family responsibility. So this is another example we have to understand that if one person is okay fully dedicated, okay, he becomes saffron and full time in service. So when that is the situation, what happens is the family, he cannot contribute as a son, as a daughter, he cannot contribute much to the support the family. But that doesn't mean that okay, because it is not necessary, because Krishna will take care of them. So Krishna saved Parikshit. This is very important for us to understand that. You are able to grasp it. If a person is totally dedicated, because of his dedicating service to the Krishna, he is not able to spend time with his family member. But Krishna, what he does, overall he will protect everybody. He take care of them. He fulfills their family needs also. So another story was small story. There was one Brahmana was there. He was going on building temple. After building the temple in Puri only, he worshipped the Lord, and he became old. Then that he said that my Lord, I spent all my life to build your temple, nice temple, and worshipping up. I didn't get married, I didn't have children, but when I die, who will do Shraddha for me? Then Lord said that don't worry, that I will come personally and do Shraddha. Even today, and that particular day, they do Shraddha for that Brahmana. Krishna from Puri, he goes and does the pujari and I'll take the deities and does it. So this is how the Lord will take the interest, take part, even if they are not devotee or even if they are just full-timer, then Lord protects them in all the angles. Krishna saved Parikshit. He was in the womb of the mother Uttara. So that's why he protects everybody. So this we have to understand that. And because Parikshit was the only survivor of their entire family. So Parikshit is very important. So that's how Krishna went and protected him. So also he is a relative of the Pandavas. So this is the message of today's sloka. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Hope it's clear.